Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn methods. In C++ languages or other languages, it is named as functions. So in Java, we call this as methods. So what are we going to learn in this video? What are methods? How to write a method? Parameter passing in methods, method return type, method overloading, and method variable argument. In short, they are called var args. So what are methods? Methods are the members of the class which provide the functionality to that class. Which means we have already seen in the previous videos, we have used the class called string. So just like in the string. So in the string class, we have learned about the length function or length method, substring method or index of method. So these all are methods which provide the functionality to the string class. In the starting of programming languages, every code is written inside the single file. It is very hard to manage a single file. There are around millions of code in the single file. So to resolve this problem, they have introduced the modular programming, in which our code is divided into modules, and these modules help to identify each methods. But this also becomes a problem after a while. So to make this easy, Java introduces methods. What are methods? They are just a bunch of code written in a separate file or separate block of code which we import inside the main code. So this is the class. We have not studied about the classes, but we are going to study in the next video. So inside the classes, there are methods. We are going to study about this in detail. So inside this, you can see that method 1, 2, 3, they are just a block of code inside a method to identify the code easily or to understand the code easily. So here, I have written the syntax of the method. In the first line, we can see that the return type. After solving the problem, the method will return something. So we have to give the return type. And here, then the method name. And inside this, we can give the parameter. Whatever, if we want to give the parameter, we can give here. And after that, the block of our method is here. The first line, whatever this first line is called the signature of the method. This signature of the method or the header or the heading of the method. So now we are going to see with the example how to write a method and how to call the method. In Java, we first make class test, and inside class I'm going to write a method int max. I'm going to find the maximum of two numbers. So int a, int b. These are the parameters, and inside this I'm going to give the if statement. If a is greater than b, return a, or else return b. So this is our method which is named as max, which finds the maximum value out of 2. And now we are going to call this. To call, I'm going to call this in the main method. So public static void main string args, we have learned about this. And inside this I'm going to call this. First I'm going to take the input, or I am going to initialize a equals to 10, or I am going to give x. We can give any name. Int x equals to 10, int y equals to 20, and then I'm going to call this inside the c. Int c equals to max of x comma y. So this is calling of the method, and this is our main method. And after that I'm simply going to print system.out.print c, or this will give the output which is 20. So this is how we take the method or write the method, and this is how we call this. So here we can see that this is the value x and y, and here we can see that it is a and b. So This is A, this is B, this is X, and this is Y, and this is C. So inside X there is 10, inside Y there is 20. So this is X and this is A. So how value goes inside the A? Nothing but this method copies the value from the X. Inside we have already passed. So 10 will copy inside the A and 20 will copy inside the B. And then it will solve and return the value and put it back into the max method. These are known as actual parameter, and these are known as formal parameter. So here, passing object as a parameter. Here I have written a simple program in which how we can pass the object as a parameter. So we know that arrays are the object. So I have passed the array. So here you can see that I have written the main function method, the main method in which I have made a array named A. Inside that there are 5 values 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have called the method A, method update A. So how A will be inside the main method? A will point to its references. So this A is a reference, already a reference, and we are going to print it. But before that, we have update A. So now update A is called. So we go to the update A. So what is this? This is also a reference. So this is also a reference. So A will hold the address of this array. Just like we have here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Suppose this A have 1,000,000 as an address. So this A will hold the address 1000. This is the actual array and this is the formal array or the formal parametered array. And inside this formal parameter, we have updated the A of 0 to the 25. So this will update the 0th value or 0th index value to the 25. So the output will become 25. Here I have printed the A of 0. So output will become 25. So this is how we pass the object as a parameter. So here by this example, I am just showing you to the return type of the method. So in this we can see that this is int. So this is returning type. So if this method does not return anything, so we can also write void. If we write the void, then we cannot write the return statement inside the void. Here with the example string, also we can pass the object as a return type. Here we have passed the string and we have returned the name. So this is also one of the type to pass the variable. This is nothing but a if statement. Here I can read it for you. This statement tells that x is greater than y, so you can print y either or x. If x is greater than y, it will print x or else y. So this is just a simple statement, and this is a return type, which is string is object. Here we can pass other also. In the future classes, we are going to learn many things. So we have already seen this, but I can tell you again that this is example of parameter passing in Java. Parameter passing. So how parameter is passed? So this is A, B, and C. So what is the main method here? Main method is a calling method. Whichever method call the other method is the calling method. And which method is called is known as called method. So this is calling method. This is called method. And after that we have already learn about this, just like a, b, and here x and y. Inside this 10, 20, and this value we copy inside the x and y, 10 and 20. This a and b are the actual parameter, and this x and y are formal parameter. So we can move further. So now we are going to see method overloading. What is method overloading? So here we can see that I have written a method named max, inside which I have two variable int a and int b. Similarly, we can see that here we have a similar name method named max, and inside that double a double b. So what is method overloading? Method overloading is nothing but writing the same method again and again with the change in the parameter. So here you can see that int a is a int integer is a parameter, integer. Double double is also a different parameter. Inside this integer and integer, these are also the different parameters. These are two integer, these are three integer, and inside this there are three double. So these are different parameters. So this is known as method overloading. So these statement are to find the greatest among a and b. So this is known as method overloading. So in the method overloading, if I call the method max, which method will be called? Inside this, if I pass 1 and 2, 1 and 22 or 1 and 2, so these both are integer. So compiler will take care of this and call the first method. Similarly, if I pass the max 0.5 and 6.3, then which method it will be called? So it will call the second method, which is double and double, which are having two parameters. So compiler take care of this. So to call whichever the method is, the compiler will take care. So now we are going to see variable arguments. So what are variable arguments? So here we can see that I have written the method name show multiple times, and inside this I have a multiple parameter in which this is empty, this is having one parameter, this is 3, and this is 4. If I have to write the parameter which is having multiple, show 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and whatever the value. So this method will have to run. So how we can make this run? So we have to just make sure that we are going to give the variable as an input, as a parameter. So static void show, and inside this I'm passing int dot a or dot x, whatever the value we can pass. Just we have to make sure that all these data type are same. If these are integer, then this will be integer. These are double, then this will also be double. So what is this dot a? This is nothing but the array of a. Array of a having all these values as an input. So we are passing here as an array. So this is a variable argument which take any number of input as a parameter. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep practicing.